Hi, my name is Chanel Thompson, and I am honored to be coming at you from Treaty 6 territory, traditional homeland of the Métis. I am here to present some highlights and information about the project I'm working on, creating rich online learning communities, effective instructional design to engage early learners and their families. You will see the ETAD model present throughout the depiction and development of this course. Although the design is not linear and it's being continually revised, improved, and differentiated for its users and the current understanding of knowledge and applied technology, the ETAD model is woven through the foundation of this course in providing a guidepost for foundational decisions and processes. Join me in taking a look. In analyzing the need for this project, early learning from home is much different than in a face-to-face traditional learning environment. Roles need to be redefined. Educators need to work intimately with caregivers and families to meet the differentiated needs of each member of their community. This is a brand new experience for the majority of educators entering this learning environment, and resources and research are minimal as COVID-19 has catapulted the field of young children from pre-K to grade 1 attending school in a distance learning environment. Educator overwhelm, uncertainty, and lack of experience makes it difficult to develop and deliver quality programming in this way while honoring each individual learning community. Purchasing pre-made resources such as teachers pay teachers and developing blanket, undifferentiated curricular resources without considering the community by which they serve will ultimately lead to failure for teachers to engage learners in their care and support education among their communities. As in face-to-face learning, and even more apparent in distance learning, inquiry-based learning as a foundation is essential to support engagement and interest in kindergarten programming. This is hard to achieve without experience and knowledge in this way. Partnerships with caregivers and parents is an integral part of student engagement among these communities, as parents and caregivers offer a gateway to the program. By supporting student engagement and attendance in an essential way, when parents and their funds of knowledge are honored and integrated into programming, student learning soars and learners are empowered. Now that we've identified and analyzed the need, what do we do from here? Well, I've developed a course to support engagement in the distance early learning environment. This will be an asynchronous course that contains 7 modules, along with formative and summative assessments. It's accessible with Wi-Fi and a computer, using Google Sites website and other Google education resources. These resources are adaptable and downloadable for users to differentiate for their own needs. Who will be using this program? The clients ultimately will be school divisions, motivated early learning educators, or distance early learning educators looking to support their practice in a distance learning environment and to develop communities online. Users will be early learning educators ultimately, and the end users will also be early learning educators and students and their families enrolled in distance early learning environments that will benefit from the deep, rich communities that are developed using these resources. Where do we go next? The design. Our instructional goal. Educators will feel confident in their ability to facilitate early learning in the distance learning environment through provisions within asynchronous and synchronous components of learning communities in kindergarten and other early learning years. Learning outcomes encompass cognitive, declarative, and procedural areas. Some outcomes are educators will be able to work through a Google site formatted in a series of clearly defined modules that are scaffolded in intentional order to support the development of rich learning communities. Educators here will learn about strategies, skills, and instructional methods to support the development of rich online learning communities and boost engagement in early learning environments. The process. Users will ultimately enter a Google site, be taken to the main page. There will also be a course forum that is included, collaboration and discussion for each module for educators taking this course asynchronously. Opportunities for feedback using Google Forms. Contact information for the course designer, myself, or the school division, our clients that are using this will also be available. Let's go to the development phase. Building connections using technology. Modules will be in a sequential order and build upon one another to scaffold information for educators in effectively implementing resources immediately upon completion of each module. The modules will be designed first in an introduction, second, examining our individual assumptions and philosophies of education and how this impacts our teaching practices and learner engagement with families and children. Synchronous considerations and asynchronous considerations for engagement in early learning communities will be examined, and with each module, resources, information, and a concise, quick assessment, a self-assessment, and an exit path will be present. The last module encompasses inquiry-based learning and the importance of child and family voice to guide learning. The last opportunity for users will be a cumulative application. They will be able to have the opportunity to compile a systemic set of resources using the modules in this course to support differentiated integration for each educator's learning community and practice. The use of the TPAC model will be examined to support the assumptions as this program and course is developed. Content knowledge has been considered. We'll be expanding and supporting current foundation of content knowledge in the early learning face-to-face environment. The assumption is that educators have taught in a face-to-face early learning environment. This model supports learning and building upon a holistic view of educators within their own content knowledge. Pedagogical knowledge stems from a holistic view of educating early learners using multisensory, inclusive, differentiated, and inquiry-based face-to-face learning environments. This course supports the diversification and expansion of this knowledge in this area by applying their pedagogical knowledge to online and distance learning environments. Technical knowledge. This area, educators may have a very low baseline knowledge of this area and confidence. This course is intended to boost the foundation of learning and will impact educators' practice immensely in any environment. This will also support the confidence and competence of any early learning educator teaching in an online learning environment. The prototype will be a simple Google Sites page that's accessible to all who have access to Wi-Fi and a computer. Upon clicking on the link for the Google site, users will be taken to a simple homepage with a description of what to expect in the course. With links at the bottom, examine one of the modules. Module 4 includes information about initial correspondence with families. Module 4 is broken into 4 sub-modules with different subtitles. Module 4.1, clicking on this link, you will find a pedagogical document has researched information about the importance of initial correspondence with families and children in learning environments, along with a set of references that users can further explore. The information is concise and simple. Module 4.2 includes strategies. So these are actionable strategies that have been created to support user accessibility and time management skills, and a variety of visuals and concise information can be found to provide users with strategies to support initial conversations with families. 4.3 includes adaptable templates that users can make a copy of for individual use or download. Welcome to Kindergarten templates are found in a Google document. Getting to know you and your child Google Forms template. These are strategies that were mentioned in Module 4.2, and the resources are all here for users to explore an initial family meeting template. So users might be hesitant meeting with families online for the first time, and there is a template that can be adapted. To every module, there is always a reflection and action plan, as well as an exit path. The reflection and action plan is, again, it's a self-reflection, so it is in the form of a Google Doc and can be submitted to a supervisor, or it can be done for self-reflection. And at the end, there is a Google Form exit path. This exit path serves a dual purpose. It's an assessment to let the client know the depth of understanding of the user, and also feedback form for the developer to support further evolution. This is the simple example of a module. At the end, users will find a cumulative learning plan that users can take to support community and engagement in the distance early learning setting. Thank you so much for journeying through a snippet of the work I've been doing this term. I look forward to the implementation and further evaluation of this project, and I also look forward to your feedback.